Hi, I just had to confirm that I am 18 to go live. I'm in fact 44, and I'm getting ready to set up for a power yoga class. So you're welcome to join me in this setup today, and that way I can figure out how to do this live thing. Maybe I'll have to change the camera so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm here at the dance studio. And this is usually where I set up my mat in the front of the class. No shoes for yoga usually. There's an alarm on the phone. I know no one's joining me live anyways, but it's good practice. Two mats so that I can face whichever direction helps better show the pose. I also like to grab weights for power yoga. We have some light weights, we do the pose, and we do some bicep curls. We do the pose and we do some overhead. So if you ever want to add dynamic moves to your yoga class, 2s, 3s, 5s are a great way to do that. I like to have notes for my class because I don't have the best memory. It's getting better. Eating healthy, yoga, they all help. Saturday class, I like to burn some incense. Just adds for a little extra touch. And sometimes I like to put on a little tinted chapstick. It helps. So I like to have a little incense for my class, usually on the Saturdays. I have this lovely incense burner. One of my class members gave to me, which was very sweet of her. But it looks like, oh, one left. I thought we were out. Okay, perfect. One incense stick. This one is white sage from the Native Soul. I don't sell incense, so I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. And yes, you heard me drop my lighter earlier. So this stays in my yoga bag just so I can light the incense for a little extra ambiance, a little extra smell, even in power yoga. But sometimes people at my house like to steal it, so I have to hide it. For starting the barbecue, lighting a candle in my face. So we're getting ready for power yoga. I see that some of you joined. We teach you power yoga here at the dance studio. Getting ready. Yeah, I was thinking, should I keep calling it power yoga, or should I call it dynamic yoga, or should I call it yoga fit? What sounds best? Power yoga, yoga fit, what class would you most likely attend? Like I said, I'm at my local dance studio. It's where I rent the space. I have my mats set up, my weights set up for power yoga. And again, my question to all of you today is should it be called power yoga, yoga fit, dynamic yoga? We're doing all the classic postures added with a little bit of weights. So what class would you most likely attend? Thank you. This is my first live, so I'm trying to figure out if I can even see any comments. I know, it's not very exciting. Like I said, I'm setting up for power yoga this morning. I maybe should practice a little before people get here. So power yoga here is where I stand in front of the classroom. I have my weights ready. We do a little bit of light weights on Saturday. And again, the question I asked everybody, hello everybody, is would you rather go to a class called power yoga or yoga fit or dynamic yoga? So it's a little closer, sorry about that, to where I practice in front of the class. Close bathroom. Some people don't like looking at the bathroom while we are in a class. So again, for power yoga, I like to use some light weights, 2s, 3s, 5s. I'm just playing with maybe calling it yoga fit instead. We do a lot of things like going into a traditional pose. So if you've done yoga before, maybe you know of a warrior one. Your front foot is forward, back foot is about 45 degrees. Also, right here, bending your front knee, front ankle, hips are forward. And now we have this warrior one with these weights, and we can bring them down and up for little triceps. We can come into a warrior two, front foot forward, back foot parallel, bending your front knee, hips to the side, warrior two, and then you could turn into bicep curls, just some dynamic moves that help out. So, like I said, we're getting ready for our power yoga class. If you would like to see what a power yoga class looks like, you're welcome to join us if you're local. Or you can join my school community, Faith and Flow Yoga and more. And we do incorporate faith, which is Christianity, with yoga, which some people would never put the two together, but that's what we do at my school. And I post a class in there every week as well if you're not local. So again, I was showing you some ideas of yoga classes. You can come to a pyramid posture. Both your toes are forward. Your back is straight. Nice straight tabletop here. So kind of a little pyramid looking forward. And then you bring your elbows to your side and press back for a good tricep move as well. So just getting ready for power yoga today, just giving a little bit of ideas of what we do here. Now if you live in the Washington area, close to Mount Rainier, you could join me in a live class right here at the studio. Otherwise, you can join my school community where I post one class per week. I also post a meditation and devotional. And the great thing is there you can ask questions. There you can interact better with me online. There you can talk to other community members. So if you look at my bio on TikTok, the link is there if you're interested in my school, SKOOL school. Okay, so now I think I'm ready for yoga, power yoga today. And what I'm asking all of you who are joining is, would you rather go to a class called Power Yoga or Yoga Fit? All yoga is fitness, all yoga is meditation, all yoga is mindfulness, but when you focus on the asanas, or the poses, it's good to add a little extra, and plus we have a lot of fun with our power moves. Almost any yoga pose can be changed to a yoga power move. So another example is if you come to a high lunge, front toes forward, back toes forward. You're on 2 train tracks here. Back heel is lifted, so if you see it from the side, and then you're gonna bend through the front knee, both toes forward, chest and hips are forward, and you come to take a high lunge. Well, now adding a dynamic move, you can straighten through the front leg, keeping the posture, and bend through the front leg. So that's another way to make that one a more dynamic or powerful move. I know classic yoga teachers may not like messing with the ancient traditions of yoga, but here in the US and where I practice, it's about fitness, fun, and faith. It's about fitness, fun, and strength, endurance, flexibility. So Yoga Fit or Power Yoga, which one would you rather have it called? Yoga Fit, Power Yoga. Right now on my schedule, it's called Power Yoga. If you want to join me online, you can look at my link, or the link in my bio, and you can join us there. You can DM me if you have questions. Let's see, do we have a comment? Thank you. I really appreciate any kind of feedback. My first live here at the studio where I teach. I actually just rent space from a dance studio. We have a lot of space. I like that we have mirrors. Not everybody likes the mirrors, but if you look over here, a lot of people who come to class like that you can check your posture and you can kind of look in there for a brief moment to see if you feel the way you look the way you feel. Of course, that's what I'm here for as an instructor as well. I do try and look for those things, but even I will think, in this pyramid posture, my back is straight. And a lot of times I come down without looking in the mirror and it's like this. So it's a little difference, but you can look in the mirror and go, oh. And maybe before your instructor comes to even correct you. Again, getting ready for power yoga. I'll only be on here just a few more minutes. I grab 2s, 3s, 5s, a water bottle, anything I can to make it a more dynamic yoga posture. A little more movement, less holding the posture. Tuesday I have slow flow. We stay in the posture a long time, more traditional hatha yoga. And then Thursday I have faith and flow. So incorporate a little prayer, maybe a little Christian music, along with our yoga practice. Saturday is power yoga, where we add a little more movement. And I'm asking everybody who joins, would you attend a class called Power Yoga or Yoga Fit? Which one is better? Now, making it a power yoga move, sometimes we come to an extended side angle. So your front, let's go this way. Front toes forward, back toes parallel with your mat. My mat's back there. Bend your front knee over your front ankle, not past your toes. Hands out nice and long. And you come forward into this extended side angle. And to make it a more powerful move, we have weights and exhale, inhale, bicep, curl. And so you do that with the music, with the yoga postures, with the weights. That's how we get a power yoga. Well, thanks to those of you who joined today. My first TikTok live. Again, oh yes, joining the fun. I teach these classes in studio, but you can join my Skoll community online as well and get a free class every week. So that is in my bio. If you have any questions, let me know. It's nice to see you guys joining in. And right before I go, again, would you more likely attend a class called Power Yoga or Yoga Fit? Which one's better? Both have yoga poses, both have little light weights, and both have some dynamic moves. One more before I leave. Sometimes I go into a wide angle forward fold, or actually more of a goddess. So you bring the heels in, bend down, goddess. So there's a couple ways to do this as you sink down. You do some shoulder presses. You could do some calf raises. See, just making the moves a little more dynamic and a lot more fun. Thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a great Saturday. If it's Saturday where you're at, look at my bio. Follow my page. I'll put more yoga quick videos on there. Hiking, as you look at my TikTok, it's hiking and yoga. I love it. I gotta stay mobile. I don't want to be the older person that's sitting in a chair all my life. All right, have a great day.